right, so the next pair of problems that we have are problems 3 and 4. I've just reminded you here of what the directions are. This is just sort of a paraphrase of the directions, which are written out in a little more detail if you happen to be using the worksheet. Once again, problems 3 and 4 are very similar, so we'll work through problem 3 together. Then I'll have you pause the video and try problem 4 on your own, and you can tune back in to check your answer. Okay. So, for part A, we want to write each relation as a set of ordered pairs. So here, this relation was given to me as a table of values. There's my x that goes with my y. Here's an x that goes with a y. All I'm going to do is rewrite that as just a set of ordered pairs. So negative 1, 2, instead of those being in separate columns, I'm going to write them as an ordered pair. Okay. Comma, my next ordered pair would be 0, 3, comma, my next ordered pair would be 0, 5, comma, my next ordered pair is 2, negative 3. So just writing this the way problems 1 and 2 were written. Okay. Then we want the domain. I'm just going to call that D. Again, that's a set, so I'm going to use set braces. Remember, the domain is the set of all inputs. So that's the set of all my x values. So that's just negative 1, 0, and 2. Remember, although 0 shows up twice, I don't write it twice. 0's in the domain. I can see that. I don't need to say it twice. Okay. All right, if I want the range, I want to remember that's going to be a set, but it's the set of my y values. So that's going to be 2, 3, 5, and negative 3. Here, I do need to write each of these because it's 4 distinct numbers. Okay. And then the last part of the question, is this a function? So remember, the rule is if it's a function, each input, each one of these 3 x values has a unique y value associated with it. So if I look at negative 1, there's only one point that has negative 1 in it. Or if I look up here, negative 1 appears just once in this table of values. So the only y value that goes with that is 2. But if I look at 0, I can see there are 2 points that have an x value of 0. Or if I look at the table of values, I can see that that x value is repeated. So there are 2 different y values, 3 and 5, that are associated with that same x value of 0. So the answer to part D is that no, this is not a function. Okay, so that's problem 3. Go ahead, pause the video, work out problem 4. When you're done, tune back in, and we can check your answer. All right, so I've got the answers to problem 4 up here. So the first thing I did is just rewrote this table of values as a set of ordered pairs. The domain was the set of my x values. The range was the set of my y values. And I'll just point out, I only had to write 5 once. Okay, if it's in the range, put it in the range. Don't write it more than once. Okay. And then, is this a function? The answer was yes. If I look at my x values here, they're not repeated. So I don't have 2 different points with the same x value, which means I only have one y value associated with each of those x values, so that yes, this is a function.